really a proud weekend to be a Cajun. Within that 3-block area, you have the softball field and you have the baseball field. You have the softball team playing in the tournament and you have the baseball team fighting for their conference championship. And you have our fans in the middle going back and forth. And, it was just such a good weekend. It was a good weekend to watch and see how our kids played and how they performed. And then really, of course, Coach Roberts sure didn't show up, and I'm going to say something nice about him. But really to see how those guys stood and fought. That was a statement. And then to watch our fans in the middle be able to enjoy both of it. They were able to enjoy the girls and then able to go over and support the baseball team and to watch them stand and fight and make the statement that they made. And the common link between the two series is that fan base. And, he got good timing. So, I know I was talking good about you, Coach Robichaud. The common denominator in those two experiences are our fan base. And Tony was at the game Friday, Bam was at the game Saturday. Our programs they're connected at the hip. We don't really share that fan base and the Cajun pride in what we do and how we do it. But there are a lot of things that our programs share. And again, I was so proud to watch not just the result. I know people always make judgments just based on the result. I like the how. I like how people do it, and man, you gotta be proud to watch how those kids perform this weekend. On the softball field, I like the how. I like the fire in their eyes and the way they were locked in and the way they were focused. That baseball diamond, that's some courage right there. That was those kids were just sending a statement, and they just grind. With their backs against the wall, they decided to grind and get it done. And being a Cajun and being part of this program, I'm just proud. I was proud to watch in that little 2 or 3 block radius what was going on and the dynamics of how it was happening and really what it represents to be a Cajun. That's what makes me proud. Whether you win or whether you get the trophy or all of that good stuff is secondary. The how matters to me, and that's some good stuff. That's really some good stuff, and really proud of being associated with this university and how we go about our business.
Sunday, Creighton kind of finished things off with the Grand Slam. It was also her birthday. She was the most outstanding player. Was that kind of a picture-perfect ending for you guys?
No, the picture-perfect ending to the tournament? Sure, yeah. Yeah, that was a good ending to the tournament. I mean, you can't write a script like that, The kid coming off the bench, Macy Smith, and throwing a no-hitter. It's crazy. And Creighton finishing it off with the Grand Slam, that was pretty fun too. And then don't forget DJ followed it up with a solo. When you get rolling and all that focus and all that intensity starts coming off, and maybe the other team lets up, and we're not letting up. Both of those series to me this weekend was a test of will, and you're looking across the time, and you're like, hey, let's go. You want to get it on? Let's go. And you know it's going to be a war. Well, the war doesn't get decided in game one, or the first inning, or the second inning, or the end of the first game, or the end of you got it. It's 15 rounds. No stop till the bell rings. Ding, ding, ding. Then you shake hands. And our kids were not planning on stopping, and they didn't stop, and good for them. And those guys too. That was a parallel, and we were keeping up what was going on too. Ding, ding. You may win the first round, and you may knock me down, but I'm getting up. I'm gonna get up and finish this thing. That's what happened. That's the Cajun way, man. And too many times people judge it just based on the result, or why'd you get knocked out, or what happened with the illegal pitch, or why'd you strike out here, or blah blah blah. That's not what I look at. I look at the kids' willingness to get in the ring and just get after it. And our kids, on both sides of the equation, were getting after it. It's gotta make you proud. Makes me proud. Makes me proud to be a Cajun.
From what you saw of Aaliyah and Dean this weekend, how much of an X factor can the two of them be in the NCAA tournament?
There's no X factor, you know. I said it in the post-game press conference. All year long, not me. I guess y'all, somebody has labeled them as the supporting cast to Elkins. Well, they've never been, that's not how they see themselves, and that's never how we've labeled them. So now we're going to call them the X Factors. I don't know what that means. I mean, those kids have been competing all year long. You got 16 home runs, you're hitting over 300, you're driving and run, you got a slugging percentage. I don't know what that means.
How big of an impact Aaliyah and DJ made heading into the NCAA tournament?
All year. Those kids have been steady as a rock, man. And you're talking about sophomores, young kids that are sophomores that continue to walk up there and compete. And our backs are against the wall. And Georgia State, that kid comes up with 2 outs and hits a home run for us to win the game. And Aaliyah's been doing it all year. And I mean, those kids are just playing and they're competing. And you have to be able to extend the lineup 1 through 9 to be able to beat a good pitcher. I mean, you have to. And now, you know, with the media focus, especially ESPN coming in to broadcast the games, they want to put the spot. They don't have time to tell the whole story. They just have time to put the spotlight on one kid. And it's going to be Elkins. They're going to come in, they're going to put the spotlight on Elkins. And say, look at this kid, and she's done this, and she's done that, and she's done this, and she's gonna do this, and it just, I don't know if it's just ESPN that has time to do that, or it's the people that are sitting there watching the game, and that's all they can process, it's just one player. But that's not how you're gonna win. I mean, in order to win and be successful as a team, it's gonna take all 9 of them. And just like this weekend, Elkins didn't get a hit, but she stressed the pitcher. She extended the bats, and then Kelsey was able to come through with the home run, and Aaliyah was able to come through with the home run. It's more goes into the game than I think what we actually perceive and we can digest. Aaliyah is amazing. DJ's amazing. Kelsey Vincent, wow, what a weekend. Haley Hayden, wow, what a weekend. Shelley Landry, wow, what a weekend. Kelly Martinez, wow, what a weekend. Kara Gribio, wow, what a weekend. Sarah Corbello has been going off over and over and over. I mean, I just see kids locked in and competing. And I saw it on the baseball side too. I mean, we want to throw around names, but it's a group attitude where those kids decide to stand and fight.
Are we moving forward to
That's right. The next 3 days is all about us, and my focus is not on Boston right now. My focus is on UL, and there's some things that we have to go take care of. We started yesterday. We're gonna continue today, and we'll continue tomorrow on Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll put our focus on the opponent.
Were you guys surprised by the number 14 seed? Did you think you were going to go higher?
Look, I never projected or predicted. The key is to get in the tournament. I know how hard it is to be a seed. I know how hard it is to host. I know the parity that's going on in college softball right now. But I also know this team. I know how good this team is. And if I have a vote, I vote them number one. I mean, I'm going to give them the number one seed because I think we're the best team in the country. So somebody else from the outside puts a number on us or tries to put a label on us or tries to say this is who we are. We don't have to accept it. It's their opinion of who we are. We're in the field and we get to play now. That's the fun thing about our sport. It's not a vote. It's not somebody picking somebody else. You get to lock it up and let's go. And it don't matter who they send or where they send you or where you go. We've had routes to the World Series on the road. We've had routes at home. We have had routes hosting. These kids have figured out ways to make their dreams come true in a lot of different routes, and it's all in front of them right now.
I know you say the competitor doesn't matter, but last night, just watching the girls, they seemed really excited when they unveiled Texas and Texas A&M because, historically strong programs. What does that say about your girls' level of competition that they're excited to have that coming and excited to have solid competitors?
Half those girls are from Texas, so who knows what that means? Maybe they got overlooked by them. Maybe they grew up pulling for them. Maybe they have friends of theirs that go there. Who knows? Maybe they just got excited because the one next to them was yelling. You never know why they yelling and screaming sometimes. To me, it doesn't. I try to make them understand that all that stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what color the other team's wearing, or where they come from, or what their seed is, or what their record is, or all these other storylines. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're gonna stand and fight. So they yelling last night, but we're gonna find out when it's time to lace it up. We're gonna be ready to go.
That enthusiasm, especially from the seniors, is that a sign that maybe they do a good job of not things that could become routine and not a big deal? They are able to get enthusiastic about things that could become routine to somebody like Kelsey or Lexi Elkins. That they're able to maintain energy even during like stuff that they've done before.
Yeah, well, this is 16 years for me, 25 years for Steph, 30 for Tony. It doesn't get old. The routine doesn't get old. Our game is about routine. The routine never gets old. How many for you, Chris? 15 years, dragging the field. It doesn't. You can't get old. Hitting fungos, it doesn't get old. Breaking down the field doesn't get old. Getting on the bus can't get old. And then when you get out on the field and you get a chance to get after it, that's why you do what you do. I don't buy into that stuff that now you have to have energy and excitement to play the game. I mean, no. I mean, that's why you do what you do. And the seniors bring energy. I got a daughter on the team who's redshirt, and I tell her every day, you lace up and get on the field, you get excited. You got less than 1% of the world that gets that opportunity to walk out there and do what you're doing. I mean, you got people that are dying, starving, oppressed, discriminated against. Get out of the field and have some fun. You get to go play a game that you love. To me, I think it's sinful not to be passionate and energetic about playing a game. I think too often that we look at it the wrong way, that we say, man, that's got to be a grind, or man, that takes, you're playing a game. I mean, and right now, when the bracket comes out and they put that up there, and your name's up there, and you're the seed, you think, that's where the excitement comes from. You're like, we got a chance to play for a national championship. We get to play a game that we love for a national championship, and we get all these people all around the world watching us on TV. Do what we love to do. It's crazy.
You said you have some questions that you want to have answered or things that need to be worked on.
Yeah.
Did Macy give a good progress report on herself as far as her kind of moving forward and being a solid option?
Macy was a good matchup against Texas State. So, I mean, it was the right situation at the right time. And that kid, give her credit for getting in there and getting it done, believing in herself and getting it done. All of a sudden now, is she going to be a good matchup against Boston? Is she going to be a good matchup against A&M? Is she going to be a good matchup against Texas? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that right now.
There are 9 teams that have been in the NCAA tournament since 2000. Alabama, Arizona, Florida State, Michigan, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, UCLA, Washington, and Louisiana. As the coach of that team, how does that kind of speak to the consistency of what you guys do, and how proud are you as a leader of that?
Very proud. Proud to be a Cajun, proud of this program, proud of this university, proud of this fan base, proud of the history, proud of the tradition, proud of the consistency, proud of the fact that every day these kids put their nose down in the grind and they get after it. That to me is what makes me most proud, is that they're not just flashing the pans, and they can do it day by day by day. That's what we were just talking about. And it never gets old, and when it does, it's time to hang your cleats up. But while we're doing it, let's pursue excellence, and let's do it the right way, and let's chase a championship together. What makes me also proud, I talked about it in the opening, it's not just the fact that we do it in our program. Tony's able to do it in his program. His athletes are able to do it. The fans, the fan base, the people that we have been able to connect to the cause. We've got fans that have been connected to this program for 30 years. Day after day, year after year, they show up, they buy tickets, they travel, they sit in the stands, they give their money. They keep supporting this program, they keep building better facilities, they keep providing better opportunities for these kids. To me, it's something that you don't see everywhere. We were in the conference tournament. They announced the attendance at 400. That was the attendance for the championship game, 400. And 300 of them were from here, or wearing Ragin Cajun attire. After the game, we left and we went to a tailgate spot. They were tailgating after our game and before the baseball game. They must have had 250 people there, sitting under a live oak, playing Cajun music, got a little food going, got a couple beverages, got the music on, dancing, got the flag waving. Just proud to be Cajuns, proud to be together. I mean, they're really, I say it over and over and over, and I really mean it. They're the rock of what we do here. They've been on this journey with this program and these kids for 30 years, fighting for equity, providing the money and the opportunities for these kids to have the opportunity to chase their dreams. Never making excuses or saying somebody's better or they have this and we don't. Never with that mindset. Just people that are all about solutions and all about investing who they are, their time and their energy into trying to make other people better. That's what's special about being Cajuns. This weekend, we need the fans. We need to pack that place. We need our fans there. When we struggle, if they're calling legal pitches, we're not hitting, if things are going bad, we have to stay with it. We have to just keep fighting. We have to find the momentum. Once we get the momentum, we gotta let that place start rocking. Gotta take our will, gotta take everybody in that stadium, and we gotta impose our will on that opponent. Everybody, every pitch. That's what I'm asking our fan base to do. Starting the first game, Friday night, everybody, all 3,000 of them, impose your will on the opponent. We're going to impose our will. We're not going to play perfect, but every pitch, stay locked in with us. And it's not going to be easy. Stay locked in with us until we're done. Pitch by pitch, every pitch, impose your will until they concede. That's what I'm asking, and that's what I know they're going to do. Well, I don't have the book with me here, but the drag leg has to remain in contact with the ground at all times. That's basically the rule that he was interpreting. So as you stride out, your back leg, your pivot leg has to stay in contact. It doesn't have to stay in contact with the rubber. It has to stay in contact with the ground. So as you're striding, if it leaves the ground, if they see any distance between the toe and the ground, then it's illegal. Really, the intent of the rule is they don't want pitchers to leap and they don't want them to replant. In Alex's case, she turns her toe backwards, which is very strange. When the toe turns backwards, you're not getting a mechanical advantage. In fact, biomechanically, you're at a disadvantage. So the reason why sometimes it comes off the ground is because it relieves the stress on her knee. Very stressful to turn your toe backwards and keep it on the ground. So she's not getting any mechanical advantage by leaping. If you leap, you want your toe or the instep of your foot to be on the ground so you can get a second push. She's technically illegal, but it doesn't give her any advantage. In fact, we've been trying to keep her toe the right way, which will get her foot on the ground. She can do it, and she will do it. If she can't do it, we'll go to one of the other kids. Not all that illegal pitch stuff it's just a conversation as a sport that we need to continue to have, and we need to understand the purpose and the intent of it. And sometimes we can take it a little too far. But they're just doing their job. They did their job. That's their job. That's how they tell them to interpret it. And But the good thing about it was that we dealt with it and we handled it. And I was saying last night, probably a blessing that it happened a week earlier. I mean, if we'd have been in the middle of this tournament and all that's going on, we're going home. That'd be the wrong time to be dealing with that. So I think it's a blessing in disguise that it came up.
Lexi, DJ and Aaliyah. You talked about what they did offensively, considering they all play up the middle. Do what they do defensively, does that get kind of overlooked sometimes?
Yes, sir. You're exactly right. Those kids, the fact that they're able to do what they do offensively and defensively, I think you're onto something that makes them even that more special. Lexi is the best defensive catcher that's ever, well, that I've been around in a long time. I think she's the best defensive catcher in the country. In fact, last year, she got the award for the best defensive catcher in the country. People talk about what she does offensively, but defensively, she's amazing. The way she receives, the way she blocks, the way she controls the running game, her knowledge of hitters, how she handles the pitching staff, her game management. I mean, she is really, really good. DJ continues to get better and better defensively. I think that kid, before she leaves here, is going to be the best all-around shortstop that's ever played here. Now, I know they say it a lot, knowing Elena Addison was here and Marissa Myers, but DJ's upside is phenomenal. And now that she's starting to hit the ball out, every third, fourth, or fifth time she comes up, but her range defensively and her arm and then her glove, she's really steady. And the thing about that's a kid who basically was playing slow pitch softball 4 years ago is off the charts. But I think the slow pitch softball stuff is what makes him better defensively. And then Aaliyah, moving Aaliyah from right to center, there's not many athletes that can do what Aaliyah Creighton does. And she's that big, and she's that strong, and she's that fast, and she has that good of an arm. They call those kind of kids 5-tool players. And she's a 5-tool player. She's got the strength, she's got the arm, she's got the glove, she's got the speed, she's got the power. And all three of them, when all three of them possesses, they're intense. They're competitive, they're athletic. They get after it every pitch. Those two kids, Creighton and DJ, are young. These kids are young kids that are going to just keep getting better and better. The key this weekend is going to be in the circle. It's going to come down to how we handle ourselves in the pitching circle. That's what it's going to come down to. We always talk about pitching and defense. When you get to championship softball, everybody's going to think about home runs and scoring and offense and that stuff, but it's going to come down to pitching and defense. And base running. Gotta run the bases right. All right, Cajun fans. See y'all Friday.